So our next speaker is, make sure, Marcy Reyes, and she is a powerhouse. And so, actually, can we move this, please? That's Eileen. This is Marcy. Before. And Marcy coming out now. She runs Financial Youth Literacy Initiative, and she is a RIC faculty member, and as she puts, change maker, mom, trailblazer, and I am so glad to now call her a sister friend. So Marcy Reyes.
So if you can, oh no, you can hear me, that's fine. So I'm a last minute ad, and I'm really, really excited to be here. I think I was meant to be here for a very specific reason. I'll tell you how I ended up here. I got an email from a colleague at Rhode Island College, and she said, hey, there's this great opportunity. Do you want to speak with this amazing panelist of women? I was like, what, yes? Absolutely, right now. What? Who do I contact? She said, I'll take care of it. I said, okay. I got a call from Alisha, and I'm like, Alisha, yes. I'm on the phone, I'm just so excited, I'm overwhelmed. I get off the phone and all of a sudden it hits me. I'm like, oh my God. What am I gonna say to all these people? I just said, yes, Miss, what did I sign up for? I took a second, I centered myself, I took a deep breath, I sat down. I think I was still in my pajamas. And it came to me. So I haven't lived here in Rhode Island my whole life. I moved around a lot as a child. My mom bounced us around from house to house to house, and as a kid I didn't really understand why. It was an adventure, right? We were just like going new places and seeing new things. And a lot of times we would end up in families' homes. I had lots of cousins, so it was always like little kids around to play with. So I didn't think anything of it. What I didn't realize is my mother was battling with some pretty significant mental health disorders. Her issues were very significant. She couldn't maintain a job, and she couldn't provide financial security for us. So we spent a lot of time moving around with family who helped out. And that was my life for a really long time. That little girl's life for a long time. And then when I turned 8, a lot of things happened. One, I got an amazing sense of fashion. I mean, the barrettes, I think those were my favorite. They had animals on them. Fantastic. But I came to Rhode Island, and I ended up in Rhode Island because my parents went through a really messy custody battle. And I moved here to live with my dad. My dad's lifestyle was so different. He was structured and organized. He was religious. And he would whisk us off to church 2 or 3 days a week. And in church, I was given this message. We're going to teach you how to be a good girl. We're going to teach you how to be a good wife. And so I spent my time assimilating to a role that I thought I was worthy of. I worked hard to get my parents' approval. I cooked, I cleaned, I took care of my younger siblings, and I thought that was great. I thought that was enough. And then something happened. This shift happened with me and my stepmother. Our relationship became contentious, and I couldn't figure out why. I was a good student. I helped around the house. I did everything I could. And that contention turned to anger, and that anger turned to abuse. And I bore the brunt of it. What I didn't realize was both my mother and my father were dealing with very significant substance abuse issues, alcohol and substance abuse issues. And I was just the recipient of their frustrations. So that escalated quickly. We got removed from the home. I got separated from my siblings. I kind of just started going forth. I had a lot of instability. I really couldn't find a solid place to settle down. I ended up on the couches of friends, on the floors of relatives' homes. Wherever I could rest my head, that's where I ended up. And I was okay with that. Because I knew, as soon as I could, I was going to create the stability that I wanted. I vowed to have a different life. And when I turned 19, I got a job and I got an apartment. Sigh of relief, right? That didn't last long. When I got pregnant at 20, I gave up my freedom, that stability, to try to start a family. Remember, I was supposed to be a good girl, a good wife. And that relationship was toxic, and I decided I had to go. So here I was again, trying to find stability. But I found it. I finally found it. And at that point, it was a sense of relief. But what I never lost was the need for affirmation of my worth. I kept looking for it. Somebody tell me I'm good enough. Somebody tell me I'm worthy. Somebody love me. It wasn't until I had a breakdown, and when I mean breakdown, I don't mean like, oh, this movie's so sad. I mean like major breakdown, like bawling, crying, I have no idea what I'm doing with the rest of my life. I think I'm having a mental breakdown. So I got really worried. I said, am I dealing with the same issues my mom had? Am I going to be able to maintain stability for my family? Is this going to become a problem? So I said, I need help. I went to see a therapist, and the first time I saw Mary, it was a fantastic experience for me. I sat down with her, and I mean, it was messy. I mean, crying, bawling, mascara everywhere, something out of a horror movie, you wouldn't have wanted to be there. And Mary was amazing. She just listened to me, and she nodded, and at the end of our session, she goes, okay, Marcy, so I'm going to sign us up for weekly visits right now. And I looked at her and like, this is bad. But it wasn't. It was the most amazing point in my life. I had this spiritual awakening. I found this deep sense of self. I started looking at why I was so worried about my stability, why I couldn't find my self-worth. Where was that coming from? And what I realized was, what I lacked was vulnerability. See, all this time, I had learned to cope with the feelings of pain and rejection by numbing my feelings. But this is the funny part about numbing your feelings. It's not a selective process. You cannot numb the bad without numbing the good. So when you numb your feelings, you numb everything. And if you keep doing it over and over and over again, you become numb to everything. That means the beautiful things, the joy, the creativity that you feel from vulnerability. I had lost all of it. And then I decided, I'm going to get back. And I started to openly embrace that. And that is when amazing things happened. That is when I was able to do the amazing things I'm doing today. Because I found my passion in that. I found my creativity in being vulnerable. Vulnerability takes courage. You have to say to yourself, I'm imperfect. I'm wired for struggle, but that's okay, because I'm worthy of love, and I'm worthy of belonging. And it was through that process of embracing my vulnerability that I stand here with you today.